Well, the biggest breakthrough in 47 days of fighting between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The two sides have agreed to a 4-day halt to hostilities to allow for the release of hostages captured by Hamas, as well as the release of Palestinian prisoners held in Israel. The start time of the pause in fighting is expected to be announced soon. Israel says it's willing to extend the ceasefire beyond the 4-day period. An extra day will be added for each additional 10 hostages that are released. The pause will allow more aid and fuel deliveries into Gaza. As part of the deal, 50 hostages held by Hamas also to be released. The militant group captured around 240 people during its deadly incursion into Israel on the 7th of October. 4 were released last month on humanitarian grounds. In the deal brokered by Qatar, Israel will hand over 150 Palestinian prisoners. According to a prisoner rights organization, some 5,200 Palestinians were held in Israeli jails before the attack by Hamas. And at least 3,000 others have been arrested since the war started. This includes 145 children, 95 women, and 37 journalists. This first truce has been hailed around the world as a sign of progress that could ease suffering in Gaza. Still, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has vowed to keep up the anti-Hamas campaign until Israel's objectives have been met.
יש בחוץ דיבורי הבל. כאילו אחרי ההפוגה להשבת חטופינו, אנחנו נפסיק את המלחמה. אז אני מבקש להבהיר, אנחנו במלחמה, ונמשיך במלחמה. נמשיך במלחמה עד שנשיג את כל היעדים שלנו. לחסל את החמאס, להשיב את כל חטופינו ונעדרינו, ולהבטיח שבעזה לא יהיה שום גורם שמאיים על ישראל.
And for more, Sarah Coates joins us live from Tel Aviv. Sarah, you've just heard that the Israeli Prime Minister possibly softening the blow of having had to agree to that agreement. What has been the reaction to that deal in Israel?
Hello there, Wei Su. Well, look, according to a Hamas spokesperson, this deal, this ceasefire is expected to come into effect at 10 a.m. tomorrow local time. Now, anyone that does disagree with this deal is able to lodge a petition at the High Court, although that is likely to be rejected. We've already heard from the Terror Victims Association. It says it's planning to appeal this decision, not likely to get it through. It will be heard, though. And we have also heard from a number of very right-wing politicians, including the National Security Minister, Itamar Ben-Gvir. He is slamming it as a dangerous precedent that repeats past mistakes. Now, he's likely there referring to this 2011 deal, which saw the Israeli soldier Gilad Shalit released, one soldier for 1,000 Palestinian prisoners. But look, one of those prisoners was actually Yahya Sinwar, who is the leader of Hamas inside the Gaza Strip. He's one of the ones who was reportedly behind this October 7 attack. But look, overall, there is a lot of joy here in Israel, given this has been such a long time in the making, Wei Su, with many people here really happy about the thought of some of these 240 hostages coming home. But it is important to add that the names of these people that are being released, they won't be given out until the night before they are set free. And we do know that there are only 12 or 13 people that will be released every single day. So it certainly will be an anxious wait for these families there, awaiting news of their loved ones, but they won't be sure if their name is on that list.
Sorry, as you mentioned, it's a staged release, but in total, over 4 days, in principle, 50 hostages exchanged for 150 Palestinian prisoners. What other details do we have at this point?
Well, look, it's unclear how these negotiations went down, and it does seem like a lopsided deal. I did just mention that 2011 deal where there was one Israeli soldier released for 1,000 Palestinians. And one thing we do need to remember is right now there are more than 7,200 Palestinians in Israeli jails. So, look, it certainly is an amount that sort of represents the amount that are being held inside the Gaza Strip. But look, all of this comes as heavy fighting is continuing inside the coastal enclave over the last 24 hours. There have been numerous airstrikes right across Gaza, reportedly a number of deaths, while the Israeli military says it has completed the encirclement of Jabalia refugee camp that is in the very northern part of the Strip. It says it is now ready to move in further into that refugee camp. And this is a place that Israel considers as a real Hamas stronghold. It says that it's already detonated a number of tunnel entries on the outskirts of this camp, blown up a number of rocket launching sites, and also eliminated what it says are a number of terrorists. Now, we did have some news in just a few hours ago that a number of ambulances have now actually arrived at the Al-Shifa hospital, which is also in the northern part of the Gaza Strip. That's the hospital, of course, where these premature babies were and where thousands of people are believed to be still holed up despite all of this bombing around them. Now, these ambulances are being facilitated by the Red Cross and will take people out in the coming hours.
Thanks for that. Sarah Courts reporting live to us there from Tel Aviv.